Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
It's now time for the entertainment news, and we start for this one. Winners emerge at the 17th Edis Awards. One of the most talked about Nigerian Music Awards, which last held in the United States but returned home in 2025. The Edis Awards held a 17th edition on Sunday, April 27, 2025 at the Landmark Event Center in Lagos. The award ceremony, which celebrated outstanding achievements in the Nigerian music industry, had big winners and several notable personalities in attendance. Emerging star Divine Ozama, popularly known as Zeri DL, claimed the Rookie of the Year award. Tribe Called Judah Soundtrack won Soundtrack of the Year. Thames won Best Recording of the Year. Loj won Best Male Vocal Performance. Leah won Best Female Vocal Performance. King Madi won Songwriter of the Year, and London was Producer of the Year for Ozeba. Rema's Eyes won Afrobeat Album of the Year. Director Pink won Music Video of the Year for Mohbad, and Chike's Ego as the song also won Eddie's Viewer's Choice. The late Mohbad won Best Street Up Artist, while Flavor won Afrobeat Single of the Year. The coveted Next Rated Award went to Odumodu Black, beating fellow nominates Charlie Poppy, King Madi, Nas Boy, and Ayo Maf, while Davido won Digital Artist of the Year. Ashake's Lonely at the Top won Song of the Year, and the newly wedded Juma Jukes won Best East African Artist of the Year, while Enos B won Best Central African Artist of the Year. Best Live Performer went to Burna Boy, while Travis Scott won International Artist of the Year. The ceremony also honored distinguished personalities with special recognition awards, including Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Alex Okosi, Casey, and Amaju Pinnick. This year's event is one of the two editions, with the 18th edition scheduled to take place in December to make up for the absence of the awards in 2024 last year. So we say congratulations to all of them winners.
Congratulations to all the winners. Okay, so let me start with the next rated. What's wrong with you?
I have so many things to say, but I still have nothing to say.
Exactly. So let me just start with the next rated. There were people that people wanted to win that particular award. But then we saw Odumodu take home that award, and well, he has worked really hard, so we just say congratulations to him. And it was the moment Davido was being very funny and announcing who won it, and it was Odumodu's reaction. Because they're like, guy, now you're like, I'm like, oh, God, calm down, you don't say go win now. But at the end of the day, it was just great to see a lot of people do hard work, and then they got what they deserved. And
Odumodu Black got on stage. You know that part where you have to say your speech and they turn off the mic, and the announcer, Darius Alede, was moving on. Odumodu Black decided to stay. Like, I must give my speech. It got to a point he wanted to do it without the microphone. They told him the microphone is on. Daria had to tell him, Odumodu Black, 30 seconds. He had to finish his speech and still fired shots as usual. Exciting times. For people to note, the year in review is April 1, 2023 to July 31st, 2024.
Yes.
So a whole lot of people were saying, oh, because some people, for awards like the Headies and most awards, they always have like a year in review. So there are some people that you'll be expecting
to win.
Odumodu Black don't pass Next Rated now.
Exactly.
So the year in review, that's what he was nominated for. That's why they are doing another one this year, because this is a makeup for the one last year. So congratulations to everybody.
Congratulations to everyone.
Great seeing Mohbad's
wife
coming on
talk
stage
about that.
with the kids and the whole crew to receive the awards.
And Zeri DL, the one representing the Ozama brothers, at least the one Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, and Indibia got on stage.
So
many things happen. So let's just focus on the award. Congratulations to
all the winners.
Yeah.
There have been unfounded claims that late Nigerian singer Ileri Aloba, also known as Mohbad, died as a result of drug abuse, but this has been dismissed by a forensic pathologist, Eze. The pathologist who conducted the second autopsy and medical review on the late singer presented his findings during the coroner's court, which sat on Friday, and in his presentation, he argued that what was discovered in Mohbad's system was not hard drugs, but regulated doses of antihistamines, medications commonly used to treat allergy symptoms. He stated that he could not determine how the injection was administered, but upon examining the injury that led to it, he found it to be superficial, saying, and I quote, "Even a newborn baby won't die from that injury. At the time I conducted the autopsy, it wasn't even there, maybe because of the post-mortem changes on the body. I couldn't tell how the injection was given because I had already lost his fluids." He went on to say the singer may have died from a severe allergic reaction to an injected substance which led to multiple organ failure. He described the case as a medical misadventure, adding, and I quote, "Considering all the post-mortem findings, including ancillary tests and available information, a major disruption of vital organ systems of the body with resultant fatality due to a severe and rapid hypersensitivity reaction to a substance administered by parenteral route is plausible," end of quote, he added. Adedayo Shotobi, the coroner, said the date for the final ruling will be communicated to all parties involved. Recall that Mohbad died on September 12, 2023 after receiving an injection administered by auxiliary nurse Feishayo Ogedengbe. He was buried the following day on September 21, 2023. His body was exhumed by police from an autopsy. In May 2024, the pathologist in charge of the autopsy revealed that the cause of death could not be determined due to the decomposition of his body. According to a toxicology report from June 2024, diphenhydramine, an antihistamine, was found in the singer's system. However, it was not in a lethal concentration. Wahala.
I guess we're coming to the closure of all of this, justice for Mohbad, people wanting to find out or run the autopsy, let's find out what really happened. It's just that this has dragged for so long. And it's saddening that, so they're trying to carry on tests, but because the body has been down for so long, some cannot be correct. Some, it's just crazy as regards this whole Mohbad situation. Anytime I keep hearing the story, like, yo, this guy was buried. The body was exhumed, and they're still running tests.
It's crazy.
The guy has not been buried back. It's just a crazy situation. We can tell what the families are going through because of all the dramas that we see on social media regularly. But I just want a closure to all of these things so that everybody so that he rests in peace.
Because we keep saying, may he rest in peace. They need to bury him so that he totally rests in peace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go on a quick break and we'll be back to continue the entertainment news. Back to continue the entertainment news. So many things to talk about.
A lot.
And this one annoys me, by the way.
Drama.
Court sends Terry Akpala to Ikoyi prison for Naira abuse. The Federal High Court in Lagos has sent Nigerian Afrobeat and Akpala musician Terry Alexander Eje, popularly known as Terry Akpala, to the Ikoyi Correctional Center following a Naira abuse charge brought against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. In a ruling on Friday, April 25, 2025, Justice Akitayo Aluko ordered the artist remand until May 5, 2025, when his bail application could be heard and determined. The singer was arraigned before the court on a one-count charge of Naira abuse filed by the EFCC. The commission claimed that Eje trampled on the currency whilst dancing during a social event at Madison Place on Lagos Island. Counsel to the anti-graft agency, Sulaiman subsequently asked the court to read the charge to the defendant so he could take his plea. The FCC charge against the defendant reads, and I quote, that you, Terry Alexander Eje, on the 5th day of January 2025 at Madison Place, Oniru, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, whilst dancing during a social event, tampered with Naira currency issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria by matching on it and thereby committed an offense contrary to and punishable under Section 21, Subsection 1 of the Central Bank of Nigeria Act 2027, end quote. However, the defendant pleaded not guilty to the charge, prompting Sulaiman to request a trial date and the remand of the defendant in the custody of the Nigerian Correctional Center. But the artist's counsel, Felix Nwabudu, informed the court of a pending bail application filed on his client's behalf. Nwabudu disclosed that the prosecution had been served with a copy of the bail summons on Friday morning, pleading with the court to allow him to move the application. However, the EFCC Council opposed the hearing of the bail condition application on the grounds that it would need time to study the application and make an appropriate response. Subsequently, Justice Aluko ordered the remand of Terry Akpala at the Ikoyi Correctional Center pending the hearing and determination of his bail application. The judge also ordered an accelerated hearing of the trial and adjourned the matter till May 5 for trial.
This was one of the things that trended over the weekend, and I don't know. It's just really sad to see this happen. And I saw in comment section, I saw a lot of people saying that whenever someone wants to be used as an example for something, it seems this is the route that they are taking now.
Is it really helping? Because, yeah, we've looked for a way to improvise as regards spraying now that there has to be a box and you drop it into the box. Number one, it kills the vibe, by the way. There's no... That's why people are spraying foreign currency now. Especially the ones that throw in the air. Yeah, that's why people are spraying foreign currency now. It's just a dicey situation. For some, there are many examples of people trampling or stepping on the Naira notes or spraying it unnecessarily, and nothing gets to be done. While it's different for some other people. This case was brought up as regards this Terry. There were other names called also alongside him. Okay, it's just an annoying situation. That's what I'll just end this conversation with. Okay, yeah, hopefully it does what is right and comes out freely. That's what I'll just say.
I wish him the best, and we'll keep our fingers crossed to see how this case turns out.
Definitely.
And that's all we can take on the entertainment news today, guys. We will be back with Socialville after this time out. Don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the day when we come through with some amusement as we'll be looking at some hilarious moments from the social media space. Ladies and gentlemen, we say welcome to Socialville. And let's jump right into it. This one says, I no longer bet on soccer games. Yeah, Arsenal fans. Anyways, I'm now betting on boxing. Wow. Even if I lose, I know the guy who made me lose got the beating of his life. Really, really.
Even though we don't encourage betting, but this one is very true. Like, how you make me lose money and I will cry? You have to cry. You have to lose something. But me, I don't bet, so I'm just saying. And this one actually reminds me of the boxing match between Portable and Speed Darlington.
Oh, yeah.
Hey! People that bet on Speedy.
I'm talking about soccer games. Liverpool finally won the league yesterday.
Yes, they did.
And as usual,
Arsenal fans.
And as usual, Arsenal fans are like Netflix. Always the next season. So next season again, you go again. We'll win the league. We'll win the league. Rubbish.
OJ, I have a question for you. Your first love that broke your heart, was she an Arsenal fan?
Okay, next. This one says, you want me back, Ke? Your time don't pass, fine boy. When they say girls are scum.
But no, girls are not scum. Excuse me. Let me explain this thing to you.
Okay.
Fine boy, you had your time. You messed up and you left. Somebody is not there. She's now glowing. You now say you want her back. No. Take your wretchedness away. Take all the sorrows that you have carried with you away. She's glowing.
So people are using us to do turn by turn. My time
it's not turn by turn. She's glowing with pride. When she was with you, was she glowing? No, please don't dim the lights in her life.
I like her say she talks in a fine boy, so the boy in a fine boy, so
you
can
still
get any other girl. Bad guy. All right, next one says there are people who don't know their height, weight, blood group, and genotype. They are just living their life peacefully.
I agree.
This
is very true. This is very true. There are many people like this.
How will you not know your blood group, your genotype?
Basic things for your health.
Your height. Your weight.
OJ, what's your height?
All right. I see where this is coming from. I'm a growing child, by the way.
I know.
So
I can see.
Let's move on.
Okay, so let's just talk about the genotype part. A lot of people didn't even know that there is a genotype known as AC. And anytime I talk about AC, people are like, is it air conditioner? What's that? I only know AS. There's AC. Please go and read. And there are only a few people in the world that have it. That's why many people do not know. So please, go and check your genotype. Because I used to know someone that said she was AA. She checked it later, it was AC. Another time. So please go and check your genotype. Because the miracle that used to happen with people's genotype, sometimes it could be a mistake. Before you now go and enter something that will cause problem.
I think these are valid conversations. One should know their blood group because you never can tell case of emergencies and all that. And genotype too. So that you don't go and get hooked up with somebody.
Especially when it comes to relationship.
Yes, exactly. All right, let me move on. On to the next one. This one says, me waiting for my 2 girlfriends to finish fighting so I can marry the loser because I can't be in a relationship with Mike Tyson.
Wow.
And you can see the guy and 2 girls fighting. He's smart, by the way.
Wow, King OJ.
He's smart, by the way.
He's smart until you go out and they beat you and there's nobody to fight for you. Why don't you just not date any of them? Because why they fighting in public?
Why they go beat man for outside? Now in babe, go come revenge, fight for him for outside.
But
that's very wrong.
Excuse me, OJ. But why are you even going to date either of them when they are fighting in public on your behalf? Because of you. It means that even the loser can still go and fight in public again and embarrass you.
Okay, this is totally embarrassing, by the way.
Exactly.
But you have to pick one now. So my guy say we will pick the loser.
When it's not card that you are playing, say pick one.
Say before. Next, me. Unlock your phone and give it to me. Her, she says, okay, but some people have been calling me baby, but I don't know them. Me. So those people in relationship. I guess some people use baby loosely.
Yes.
Some people that I know.
Yeah.
So if they check those people's phone, they practically call everybody baby.
Baby or babe.
So what will you explain to your boyfriend when he say, why you call this one baby? Why will you call this one baby? Why will you call
So let
this
me
one
answer that
baby?
your question. So if you know that you use babe and baby a lot, if you are going to enter into a relationship, let your boyfriend know from the beginning that if it's not sweetheart, honey, sugar pie, it's nothing.
So
it's normal.
So in a situation like that, do you now change, since the person that I'm talking to can hear me, since you use baby as generic for everybody, when you now have a serious relationship, will you still call that person baby or you now have another name?
They are just there and baby. But that person will now be maybe sweetheart, pookie, sugar pie,
okay,
honey
because
bun.
you can't be calling that person
yes,
baby
you cannot be
alongside
general
with everybody.
Exactly, because that person is like this and everybody is like this. So okay, there's difference.
So that means if I'm this guy, I have an excuse. But
okay, what?
I call everybody baby now. It's not a
but
big deal.
What?
Okay, I try.
She calls everybody baby. You're not allowed, my guy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of Social View, and we hope you were entertained. True Syndrome Monday is up next. In case you missed the question earlier, we asked, is it okay for your ex to still call you pet name you shared while in a relationship?
Hey, whoa.
We'll be back.
All right, people, it is time for Truth Syndrome Monday, and today, out of curiosity, we want to find out, is it okay for your ex to still call you that pet name you shared while you were in the relationship? Now you're out, so when you were there, is it okay? King OJ, over to you.
Okay, so this as a result of Lil Kesh and Priscilla
Ojo.
when Lil Kesh decided, Lil Kesh, the artist, former YBNL artist, decided to wish Priscilla
happy married life,
and it decided to use
Coco.
Yeah, and people had reservations as regards that. So I guess that's why this question. So I didn't see any problem with it because this is a name we share when we were in a relationship. So it's still a name I'll probably still call you. So to me, I don't see any problem.
So what if you get in a relationship with this person and you start calling her a name and she says that's what ex-boyfriend used to call her? Won't you think you remind her of her ex?
No, maybe the reason I give you that name, that's why I gave you that name. So you're still keeping whatever it is. Don't let me say what is on my mind. But to me, trust me, to me, there's no problem. To me, I don't see any problem with calling, even though if the person has moved on, because that's the pet's name we share. That is the name I call you normally. So even though if you get married, I'll probably still call you name, or you probably still call me the name, and I won't have any hard feelings. So I see no problem with it.
Okay, so we promised to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So I'm just going to be honest. There was a time in my life that if you had asked me this question, I'll say, what's the big deal? I don't see anything wrong in it. Yeah, it's something they call each other. But because I am a very emotional being, if I have ever had any emotional feeling towards you, or I have ever liked you before, and there's a name you used to call me, I feel like next time I hear that name, even if the feelings are not there again, there will just be this thing in my head that is like, because it'll be like a flashback. It will remind me, when me and this person used to hang out. But then we didn't used to hang out again. So, my dear, I'm going to have a problem with it. Come back to calling me my name. You can call me dear. Dear is normal, it's general. But don't call me that name. Call me my name or call me dear, but not that name. So now,
must all relationship end badly? What about relationships that just ended up amicably and no bad blood?
See, there are exes
so
that
I should
even
stop calling you your pet name.
There are exes that still do business together, but don't call the pet name. The pet name might remind you of something. Like I'm not done with another person before.
What if that's your trait?
We'll now bring it back.
That's why they call you that name, because you now. Okay, yeah.
So will you now come back with her when she calls you that name and it spirals that past flashback? So now you see what we are saying. You get it? So
you totally don't like it?
No, don't call me that name.
I like it.
Don't call me that name.
I like it. I don't care.
You don't care.
And that's our truth, ladies and gentlemen. After this break, we'll also love to hear from you watching, as the phone lines will be open. We'll also be checking out your Facebook and X messages. We're at TVC Connect on X, at TVC Entertainment on Facebook, using the hashtag
ESPLASH on TVC.
We're out and about and we ask the same question, so let's check this out.
TSM, it's Truth Syndrome Monday.
Is it okay for my ex to still call me the pet name that we shared when we were in a relationship? Absolutely not. You're my ex. Why are you calling me? What's that? Call me Kayla, please.
Different strokes for different folks. I don't think it's okay morally, ethically, but people can do whatever they want, to be honest. For me, no. That's the X for a reason, right? X will stay X for a reason. I don't even acknowledge X. I think anyone that's X doesn't even count.
Absolutely not. I mean, chances are my ex is probably in a relationship now, or I'm in a relationship now. So it's weird for my ex to be calling me. And a lot of times, these nicknames that we used to call ourselves from relationships come from a place of love and affection.
I mean, X is your ex. If your ex is, let X be X, okay? First of all, why are you guys even communicating? You know, except probably you have business, maybe she's in your field, and of course you can't get away from her. And once it's business, let business be business.
I don't think your ex should call you pet names. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird.
That's totally wrong. Hey, me, I'm a married man, and I think that institution is something that you have to respect.
I think I've not dated a lot of people. I've dated like few persons, and out of all the pet names, there's just one that I like. And it doesn't call me that name again. We address ourselves as our name. Once I'm not your baby, please don't baby me.
Because like that was then, why now? Let's leave the past.
I don't think you should call me on the names, that we used to call ourselves while we were dating. We've moved on. So yeah, just get it straight.
So onto why now? How now? To achieve what now? To what? Take your time.
Of course not.
Why?
We are over it already now. The name is finished. We don't need that name anymore.
TSM, it's Truth Syndrome Monday.
All right, welcome back to the show, guys. This right here is still Truth Syndrome Monday on ESPLASH on TVC. And before we went on the break, we're asking the question, is it okay for your ex to still call you the pet name you shared while you were in the relationship? I'm sure you guys are wondering.
And from those reactions,
yes.
blessing I'll even get problem.
No, not be only. There was someone else that said only one person.
But I thought it would be legion. It's not supposed to be a big deal. If you call your ex Pikoko, you know why they call him Pikoko.
Now you be legion.
If you say call him Pikoko again, even if you don't marry Jumachu.
Hey.
All right, yes. Let's take some reactions. I'm on X. Otumba Toby 7 says, "Hi family. As for me, I got no ex. I beg you. But I still call my babies by their pet names, and most of them are married. You don't have ex, but babies.
That's why I'm like.
Okay, so maybe there still is. But it now says, but most of them are married. Little secret. One of my baby's husband called her by the pet's names I gave her. Even hypes her with the name, most especially when he offends or to do the needful.
You see what I just said, King OJ? So how will you feel if the name that you're calling your babe or your girlfriend that you think is a mumu button, that only me has the keys to a mumu button, you now hear that someone else is calling her that name outside? You see?
Everything has still vibes now.
Eh.
All right, Paka Kali says, good day, gang. As for me, Mr. Kali, it's not okay for my ex to still call me the pet names we shared when we're in a relationship. I don't want my current babe to think otherwise or feel jealous. I want her to trust and be happy with me. If she go jealous, she'll still jealous.
Go cheat, go cheat.
Gmo664 says, good day, fam. I don't see any reason why it should call me any pet name after we are nothing. I beg, may X stay X, Jare. You look good, by the way, Catherine.
Thank you.
And some Bunny says, well, it really depends on the situation and the kind of relationship you and your ex have now, you know. If you are both still close friends and comfortable with it, maybe it's fine. But only if both of you feel okay about it.
Exactly.
If either of you is still healing, moving on, or dating someone, you're using pet name can cause confusion, mixed signals, or even hurt feelings. In general, it's safer to stop using pet names after a breakup unless there's a clear mutual understanding. It helps create emotional boundaries and avoids misunderstandings. I say no.
So why didn't they have a problem with Eniola calling her his own pet name? Because that one is friendship that we know. And the other one, it's not friendship.
Nobody, they didn't openly say they were dating. That's Lil Kesh.
So there were rumors.
And Pikoko. Okay, yeah. Okay, I just said it. Peter Abraham _AZ says, of course not to stir resting waters if it persists. So no is the answer. Tommy Oji says, the Lil Kesh saga is all over this TSM. Yes, you guess right. But it's not okay. Bygones are bygones. Where you say good night, don't say good afternoon, dear. You just sounded like Honeypots, by the way.
Let bygones be bygones, but please don't bygone and kill somebody, Sha. I'm on Facebook and Ola Mosh says, but some ex are far away better than present.
Ooh, child.
They don't show you pepper, chop your eye. Gina Clement says, good afternoon, guys. I won't allow that because it can spoil my relationship with my current boyfriend. It will look as if we still have something together. Mary Davis says, my ex still calls me M. I'm okay with it. We have moved on. He's married. I'm married. M, anybody can call you M. So M is a general name. So don't do that. Patience Umbaezwe says, yes, I used to call him babe. He used to call me sweet. Till even he's married and I'm married. Wow. Lucy Ella Unsan says, ew. Stanley George says, all things shall pass away, says the Holy Bible. Amen. 626 says, I don't think so. Great moments will not be like those. You both have fun. I don't think it's necessary again. And we have so many other people with messages. You still have more messages?
Sam 011 says, the thing is that I don't have a problem with that. Just that sometimes it arouses past relationships.
You see what I'm saying?
Why they use arouse for this kind of conversation? All right, yeah, I'm done.
Arrange. So at the end of the day, a past relationship, emotion, if you like, it should rise, arose. We have ended the show, yes.
So many reactions.
So many reactions, but we have to go, guys. Yeah. That's all we can take on the show today. We want to say a very, very, very big thank you to all of you for tuning in. And we hope you were able to kickstart your week the very best way. Tune in to ESPLASH on TVC tomorrow at 12 noon again. And we have amazing stuff planned for you. I did a show with King OJ, or as I like to call him this year, OJ Money, as everybody has money. Billy Mo at King OJ on Instagram. Enter his DM. All right, from Lady Cat at Royal Hotnet, I say bye, guys.